Okay, another Wasted with Bauser little video that I'm putting together today. I'm really quite excited about this one. So, a bit of background. The idea for this channel and this lifestyle change, I've actually had in my mind for quite some time before Christmas. But I just never thought I'd get around to doing it, or it was something that I wasn't sure that I'd have the confidence to do. So I'm sort of biting the bullet and seeing where it goes. But one of the things for Christmas, we went to Tasmania. I lived there for 7 or 8 years, got a lot of family and friends there who I adore. So we decided this time on this family trip to try and do things a little bit differently, where the habits we were into when either we lived in Tassie or when we used to go and visit, it was very much the same. It was, the village that I'm from is called Richmond. It's a beautiful little colonial village, and there's not all that much to do unless you're a tourist, really, apart from, as in to catch up with friends, to go to the pub. There are some other beautiful little cafes and everything around, which we absolutely adore. But that was the sort of habit that we'd get into, was that we'd sort of lay low a bit during the day and head to the pub to see everybody that night. So while that is so much fun, and I still do love to do that, I thought we'd do things a little bit different. So wrote a list of the places that we wanted to go, and it was just a matter of getting out of the house to do some sightseeing to places that I think when you live in a place sometimes for a bit too long, you can sort of forget what's at your doorstep. We did things so amazing, like we walked the Russell and Horseshoe Falls. So between each waterfall, so I think it's about 200 steps. It was, for someone as unfit as me, it was really quite hard to do, and my knees were making the worst noise as I was climbing up and down those steps. But the views there were just amazing. Absolutely breathtaking. So I'll put together a little collage, but photos truly don't do it any justice at all as to how beautiful Tassie is. After we went to Russell and Horseshoe Falls, we continued on, I think it was about another 20k up to Lake Dobson, and walked around Lake Dobson, which in December had snow there, which was pretty amazing. Slushy turned to ice, but it was really quite amazing and beautiful. And the water in the lake was so crystal clear. You could see all the reflections of the gum trees. It was just amazing. One of the ones I struggled with was the Tarhoon Airwalk. So I have a crippling fear of heights. It really makes me feel quite sick, and I have really strange reactions when I go up high. Like, most people with a crippling phobia, I tend to just burst into tears. But I did it, and it was really hard to do, and I shook the whole way. But I felt so great when I did that, and the views again were just absolutely incredible. And one of the other fun things that we did while we were there was, there's a hang gliding, or it's not hand gliding, it's attached to a cable, and it takes you back 50 meters up into the air and then releases you, and that was awesome fun. I did that one too. And again, was panicking because I was so scared, but it released you over the river, and it was just absolutely amazing to see. So that was definitely worth it. Then we did a lot of the things around our little Richmond village, which we just loved to do. So we went to the old jail that was built in 1825, and also, of course, the Richmond Bridge, which is the oldest working bridge still in Australia. And the tourists do seem to flock there, and so do the locals as well. So it's a brilliant thing to go see. There's so much history behind that jail and that bridge, and just that area, the Coal Valley, has got so much history there. Absolutely love it. Also, there's a little exhibit, or a little, it's not actually little, it's quite big, definitely worth a look, is the old Hobart Town model village, which is just beautiful. So it's so finely done that the detail that are in there, perfect thing to take kids to, because it gives you a little sort of a treasure hunt, and there's things that you've got to find, like a Tassie tiger. I think it was a lady hanging out washing, of all these miniature people in this miniature village. And it gives you a good idea as well of what Hobart used to look like back in the day. So that is always just a magnificent thing to go and have a look at. And naturally, we did the Richmond Arms Hotel, a lot while we were there as well, because we love our friends and want to spend time with them. So that's a great thing to do. Great food, wonderful locals that live there, just the kindest people. So also did the Mount Wellington. Didn't do any of the walks. It wasn't the nicest day that we were up there, but went to the top, had a look out. It was absolutely gorgeous. There's a few other things around there that you can stop and look at on your way back down. A place where, now I always say this wrong, so I call it Wailangta. I don't know if that's the proper way to say it, but that's how I say it. And there's a picnic spot that I used to always go to. And so we went there for a picnic, and then there's a hike you can do as well. We didn't do the full hike because there were quite a lot of snakes around. So I thought we'll turn around and go back. But next time, definitely going to do the full walk. So from Wailangta, we also went to try a bunner after that and had some fish and chips after our picnic. So you can see why I understand why I need to do this this healthy lifestyle. There was a lot of eating and drinking, and it was Christmas. What do I expect? But totally worth every minute of it. Wouldn't have changed a thing. But the fish and chips and try a bunner were amazing. It was quite a nice afternoon there. Beautiful and sunny. Summertime in Tassie is just beautiful. We also went to Mona, the Museum of Old and New Art. That's definitely an experience. Again, lots of food, lots of wine and craft gins and beers, and the artwork as well is some of it can be quite spectacular. Other bits, I won't lie, other bits can be a bit confronting, but I took from it what I want. So I had a really great time doing that. Also, wicked cheese. This just goes on of all the things I ate over the course. This doesn't even include Christmas lunch. So wicked cheese is just a place outside of Richmond, which has got, cheeses, and it does amazing cheese platters and sandwiches and everything, coffees, wine, everything. It's a lovely setting. It's a lovely place to go and visit, so I absolutely adore it there. Try to go there at least once every time we're back for holidays. And I think there's probably about 100 things. I haven't actually been through any of my photos since I've been back. So that's what I'm about to do now. So there's probably 100 things that I've missed and that I've forgotten that I'll remember as I'm going. So one thing I did take from this experience and from this holiday, keeping in mind my plan for when we got back was to do this channel, was there were absolutely days that I did not want to do anything. And for any ridiculous reason, I was like, the weather's not right, or I just don't feel like it. But the one thing that I'm learning during this whole process is that for me, it's not the activity that's the hard bit. It's actually putting one foot in front of the other and getting out the door, leaving my comfort zone and going to do these activities. And on each day that I did feel like that I thought, no, I can't be bothered, I just want to stick to the status quo. By the time I got home that evening, I couldn't stop talking about how great my day was. So this journey already I can see is going to be such a fantastic thing for me that as it's just going on, I'm getting excited myself to see what I'm going to learn or what I'm going to feel like the next day. And this Tassie trip, I actually came back the same weight as I left. So I was proud of that. I thought it would have been an awful lot worse because we ate a lot of food and drink while we were over there. We also did the Taste of Tasmania as well. It's another one that I've just forgotten. And then Salamanca and God, everything. It's just incredible. But the message I give to myself is that while I may not be in the mood or the mind frame to do something, if I just open the door, put one foot in front of the other and just start, then 9 times out of 10, I think I'm going to have a pretty great day. So, yeah, I'm excited. So I'll chuck some photos up of all these places that we went to and saw, and it was just amazing.